Hi, Tracy here from Colour Blast Beate. I'm using the Trendsetter range today. I'm going to create a layout. I've got a photo in mind and these colours of the Trendsetter range, the beautiful purples and blues. And that was my starting point. So I decided to go through my mixed media that I have with Beate, and I'm pulling out some shimmer dusts, 4 shimmer dusts actually. I've got Duke, Lollipop, Sunshine, and the purple one, which is Passion. So what I am going to show you is how I didn't do it. I actually ended up not filming that section. So I'm just going to show you how I did create the background on this bit of scrap cardstock that I've got. Just sprinkled on a bit of the Passion shimmer dust and also some of the Duke shimmer dust. Just a tiny little bit, and I moved it around a little bit to the areas that I wanted. And I activated it just with a quick spray of water. Now I wanted the purple Passion to be a bit more solid in the middle, so I did use my finger to spread out the water a little bit more, and then I dabbed it with a paper towel to dry it off. So it's quick, it's easy, and voila, that is how I ended up doing it. Now as you can see down the side of the paper, the cardstock, I've actually stuck a strip of the Classy Trendsetter range, the pattern paper. I've just cut off the piece with the lace border and popped it down the left hand side, and then I added the colour shimmer dust over the top. Now here I've decided, because of my photo which has got a bit of pink and yellow in it, I decided that I wanted to add a little bit of pink and yellow shimmer dust to the purple and the blue. So just sprinkled on a little bit of the Sunshine and the Lollipop and gave it a bit of squirt, and once again dabbed it off the excess water with a paper towel. I love how the shimmer dust just activates and will create a beautiful pattern base for you, but please do be careful. A little bit of the shimmer dust goes a long way. It tends to go everywhere and create the most interesting patterns, but if you use too much of it, you will create a little bit of a mess. Now I've got the flowers that I fussy cut out from the Sparkle Cut Apart sheet, and here I am just deciding if I'm going to use them as black and white and create the background with them like that, or what I'm going to do. So I've just popped them around, laid them down how I like them, and then I've pulled out a couple more of the sayings from the Sparkle and the Sassy Cut Aparts sheet as well. And those squares, interlocked squares that look like a frame, they're actually not a frame. They were cut from the Classy and the Runaway B-sides of the pattern paper. I just simply used a 5mm measuring and cut out the centre of them, and didn't use them on the last day I was going to use as I had planned. So I popped them away, and when I pulled them out they were just interlocked like that. So I decided to use them as an interlocking frame. Now here I've decided that yes, those flowers definitely do need a bit of pop of colour. So I've pulled out my Beate Colour Blast watercolour pan set, and I'm just activating them with normal water and painting the flowers yellow and with a little bit of pink and purple on them as well. So there's probably many ways you can paint these flowers using a lot of the Colour Blast ranges. The Artist Inks would have looked stunning. They're so bold in colour. I just wanted a bit of diluted colour on these, so I've just used the water brush set, or the water paint set, with a brush. Just adding layers of intensity, I suppose you can say, of paint over the top. So when I'm water painting, I use a very light colour to start as the base, and then I add darker colours on the top, as you would have seen just in the change then. So they're the same flowers, I've just keep adding until I build up to the colours that I want. With the purple and the pinks, you'll be able to see that I've actually added a bit of blue in there as well, and just so easy to clean up. Mix in the lid and clean up with a paper towel or a baby wipe, and done. Right. Let's move them over to the side and get back to positioning all this stuff on my layout. Oh, no. As I said, I change my mind a lot when I'm scrapbooking. So next up, I decided that I needed a bit of texture. I'm going through all my Colour Blast BRT stencils. I'm thinking that flowers are going to play a part, and have decided on the stencil Sparkle from the Trendsetter range, which was quite good. I just pulled it out, and because the designers by Colour Blast and BRT are so good, the ranges, even the stencils and the die cuts, all seem to match, and without even thinking about it, you just randomly seem to go for the matching range. What I'm doing is just using some of the Colour Blast BRT Heavy White Gesso, or Gesso, and spreading it through with a paint spreader or paint spatula straight through the stencil in the concentrated area of where I have placed the colour shimmer dust. I'm a bit lost for words today. It's quite early in the morning. I had to get up a bit early to beat the kids up, so it's quieter here. It's a little bit busy in my household at the moment, so I'm still half awake. Oh, there you go, half asleep. Oh dear. Next, I'm using a strip from the Sparkle Cut Apart range, and I am just colouring in the words on it, using the water paints again to colour in the words, "Nothing can dim the light that shines within." I'm actually kind of using an ombre effect with blue, then purple, then pink, and using a very fine paintbrush, and just painted it on. Decided that some of it was a little bit darker than the rest, so I do go over with the wet baby wipe and dab up some of the colour and dilute the colour down. A little bit doily for a little bit of feminine lacy texture. Just sticking it down in the middle, in the centre, over the top of the built up main area where I'm going to lay the photo. And next on goes the photo. It's a photo taken of me in Hawaii when I was there in 2018. Beautiful place. Going to take the kids back one day. Just had so much fun, and exploring the area was absolutely lovely. Now this is the frame that I was talking about that I created from the B-side of Classy and Runaway papers. Just simply cut out the middle of the squares, and voila, it was simple and easy. And just adding some extra paper scraps, I guess they are, left over from another layout, to the bottom right, just to add some of the colour and to tie in the frame colours to the right hand side cluster that I'm making. And just going to play with the flowers now and pop them around the frame and in the right hand corner, just to create some interest and add some prettiness to the page. Can't have a layout with flowers. Well, actually you can, and I do lots, but I tend to like the flowers, and the flower ties in with the photo in this instance, because I'm actually wearing a orchid and frangipani lei. Lei? Is it called a lei when you wear it on the head? Not sure. I'm using some 3D or three-dimensional foam squares here to pop up some of the flower petals to make them stand up off the page a bit and give the page a bit of dimension. And I should cut this part in a little bit so you're not watching me just fiddle around with the flowers too long. And yep, there it goes. So now all the flowers are stuck down. Now I'm back to the word title that I'm going to use on my page, and I've decided that I didn't want the dark blue strip around it, so I'm just trimming that off with a pair of scissors, and I'm going to cut the title into a couple of pieces and run them down my page instead of across. I'm just going to lie them there like that, and I'm happy with the position of them, but I've decided that the title needs a little bit of texture, so I am just roughing up the edges. So giving a bit of texture to the edges, and you simply use my scissors and scrape them across the edges of all of the pieces. And now I'm going to stick them down, and then my layout should be just about finished. And just have to work out the order that they've got to go in. There we are. So nothing can dim the light that shines within. A lot of the Be Arty cut apart sheets are full of these quotes and sayings that are perfect for titles. And there you are, my finished product. Thanks for popping in. I really hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about my staggered speech today. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks, bye.